Hi, my name is Jerry. For those of you who don't know me or don't know my story, I thought that I would do a series of videos just to kind of let you know what's going on with me, more information about what neurogenic bowel is and how it affects my life, and then how did this happen to me? Because I think there are people out there who have similar experiences, we'll say. And so this is, I'm putting this up for my GoFundMe page, but also to bring awareness of the difficulties other people may have in their own lives and potentially the stress that's been brought down onto them with these kind of medical conditions. So I'm going to try to keep these videos short, but I will probably have longer ones put onto my YouTube page just for those of you who might want to get a little bit more involved. And if you have any questions, you can message me. You can find me on Facebook, Jerry Aubrey, and you can look me up and you'll find me on there, and you'll probably see my GoFundMe on there. You can always, I think, message me through GoFundMe. We'll give you contact information. So if you have any questions about me or have any questions about the GoFundMe, so the costs so far for this issue have been astronomical. It cost me like $155 just to see the specialist. It costs, I already owe like over $10,000 to the hospital where the testing had to be done. When you have neurogenic bowel, you have to undergo testing, and so that's like a defecation test and then a mobility test, kind of with their colon. They give you a capsule. You take that, and it's got little markers in it. It's a SITS test or whatever, SITS marker test. And those, at the end of like 5 or 6 days, you come back and they take an X-ray, and that X-ray shows where they're still at and stuff. And so, what has happened for me is this is from a back injury that happened at work. And with that in mind, I wasn't able to receive treatment in a timely fashion. And because of that, there was no intervention done when I was presenting symptoms of potential serious back injury like cauda equina. And so, therefore, I didn't receive the treatment in a timely fashion. I myself didn't understand any of this because none of the doctors were talking to me about it. And I didn't know, what I needed to do. I just knew that I needed to see specific doctors within the workers' comp situation, within their domain. And because of that, if your adjusters, kind of impede the process of you being able to be seen, even when your doctor's saying, hey, I think that this person needs to get seen. And so that's what happened in my case. My doctor said, hey, I think that I need to send this person out to a gastro specialist to see what's happening and why this is happening. And the intervention would be done in the beginning part. And so we'd be in a different thing. But now this is what's happened. It's been almost 15 years. And so I can imagine that there are people out there who probably resonate with this story for themselves. I am hoping that it didn't get to where you have neurogenic bowel, because that's actually a very serious catastrophic injury. And what happens with that? So let's talk about that for a minute. What happens with neurogenic bowel is you can't go to the bathroom like normal, okay? Stuff's not moving because the nerves are damaged. So the nerves aren't pushing things through. And so it doesn't matter if you change your eating, drink tons of water, do all of those things, they will fail eventually. And so what happened was, if you don't get intervention in time, this is what the doctors have explained to me, your rectal muscles will atrophy. Okay. And this showed up on an MRI. And so your rectal muscles still atrophy. And for a woman, they fall into her vajayjay. And when that happens, um, you um, it creates what's called a retrocell. And so you can look that up online, what that is. It creates a blockage. Okay. And it's created by continuous straining or trying to push bowels down to evacuate them. And that's what happens. And so when you have a back injury and have nerve damage done and your nerves don't work correctly, this is what happens in the long term. Now, I have a surgery coming up April 27th. That's the first one. There are multiple surgeries involved. So let me explain those to you just for a little bit. The first one, it's considered a trial surgery. And so what that means is that we're going to try a treatment that typically they wouldn't maybe try for this. And so what we're going to try an InterStim system. So what some of you may have these little boxes that give electrical impulses out all the time inside your back. And so that's what we're going to try. We're going to try and see if it stimulates the nerves, then it could help bring the bowels down and help me be able to go to the bathroom. And so that's the idea. So what happens is you do a trial, because if it doesn't work, you don't want to have this thing inside your back already. So the leads will be inside the back. The leads will go inside the back. They'll be placed onto the nerve. If it works, great. Then we move to the next surgery and we install it into my back as a permanent structure. It will go into my back and help. If it doesn't, I go back and we try the other nerve. And so that's also a trial. And so that's the second surgery. If it doesn't work, we do that. If that works, then we put the box in the back. That's the third surgery. If it doesn't work, what it tells the doctor is that either one of my nerves in my back were severed during my injury, or that my vagus nerve, which is up here, and I have injury all the way from my cervical spine all the way down to my knees. So, and if that happened, it won't work. And that has left us with not many solutions to this thing. It's actually very serious. So if this doesn't work, then we move to a colostomy bag. And this, I can tell you already, has impacted my life immensely, because I can't do the things that I would like to be able to do, let alone all of the injuries that I have, which are multiple. All the injuries that I have are multiple. And so, because of that, I deal with chronic pain. I deal with all of these issues across the body and stuff. So, I thought by bringing you this video, it lets you get an opportunity to kind of see the authentic me, and lets me also share sort of my story. And so, I'd love to hear from you. I'd love to hear, what is your story? Have you also experienced something like this? Have you felt like you've been ignored by your doctor community, or that insurance companies have stood in your way, or the adjusters have stood in your way, and that has led to more injury for you? Because that's what's happened to me. If I had been treated in the beginning, this would be a much better outcome. But because it's been almost 15 years, my body has finally, broke down from all of these injuries and from the lack of treatment, to what is seen as catastrophic injury now, that will impact my life negatively for the rest of my life. This isn't something that's just going to go away with medication or go away with surgeries. And so this is why I've put out this GoFundMe fundraiser, is because I need to be able to see the doctors. I don't get like, people are thinking, oh, she's getting disability or she's getting, no, I don't, because it's still dragging out through the system. I do not get disability. I don't make any money. I don't get Medicare. I don't have things like that. I have insurance through, healthcare.gov, and it actually really stinks because I'm still having to pay the majority of it. And I can't even get MRIs done without putting $1,000 down. And so it's things like that that are potentially impeding my own process on trying to get myself treated. And it's not really my responsibility because this happened to me while I was at work. And so no one should have to go through that. No one should have to struggle like that. No one should have to not be able to get the medical treatment that they desire or that they need. They should be able to get treated and be treated as a person, seen as a person, and that their doctors should want to be able to help them and fight for them. And the work comp system, if you're hurt within the work comp system, or maybe it's some other kind of disability that you have, you should be able to get the medical insurance, and you should be able to get treated effectively, efficiently, quickly, to resolve the issues instead of them becoming a lifelong issue. Um, but I'm here. If you feel led, I would love it if you want to help me. Every dollar counts. Every dollar counts in this. And I know people are struggling financially right now because we're struggling financially right now. Um, and we're just trying to make ends meet. And then I have all of this medical bills that I have to pay for. And so I feel if you're led to help, awesome. I would totally appreciate it. If you pray, please pray for me. If you could share, that would be helpful too. If you can't help financially, you can help by praying for me. You can help by sharing the videos, sharing my GoFundMe information, talking about it. And if you're somebody who's been hurt, I would love to hear your story. So come back and comment. Come back to my social media pages. Come back to um, YouTube and comment on this video. Talk about this video. Talk about the things that you feel like you resonate with. I would love to hear from you. Truly love to hear from you. And so I want to thank you all for watching this video, because this one's like 13 minutes and I will need to shorten this down in order to make some reels from it. But I love you all. God bless you all. I hope you have a great day. Thank you.